Daddy.
Dad.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, so walk me through it. When did you enlist?
I didn't. I just kind of like
You just started
showed
showing
up
up.
at Fort Benning.
They're like, get in line.
I was most of the way through the automotive engineering program at LCC, which is Laredo Community College. But it was a decent program. I was like about to start the co-op thing where you kind of like intern at dealerships.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the next semester. And where was I? I was working at O'Reilly Auto Parts, just like as a cashier parts dude. And I was just like, for some weird reason, I was at the mall and I was like, I should join the Marines. So I walked around. I was like, I remember seeing the recruiters' offices around here. No, I said Air Force first.
Smart.
Yeah. So I had the right intentions.
And the right idea.
Yeah. I saw it. It was closed. It was a weekend, of course.
Shocker.
And then I think in the Navy or the Coast Guard was next to it. Also closed. I didn't really have much interest in that. And I was like, there's the Army one right there and it's open. But I think the Marines is better because, I didn't know why. I was just like, oh, our RTC program is Marines. I should be a Marine, even though I was never even in it. And I was like, I think it's just better. And then I never found it. The recruiter's office was outside the mall.
Yeah.
As soon as you exit it, it's right there.
Yeah, the Marine one was outside the mall.
And I didn't know that. I didn't find it. So I was just like, well, I guess I'll just go to the Army. I talked to the dude, and it was just one of those things where, like, you talk enough that, like, your mind's just, like, set on it.
Yeah, you convince yourself to do it.
Yeah, so talked to him. He was like, yeah, like, you basically check all the boxes. I was already 20 years old at the time. He was like, but we still have to talk to your parents or whoever's in charge of you still, just so they're, like, aware.
Yeah. And so this was what, 2015?
Yeah, early to mid 2015.
Okay.
And I brought him over soon after. I think we talked. My mom was like totally shocked because I just went up to her and I was like, yeah, so like the recruiter needs to talk to you guys. And she was like, what? Who? Why? I was like, I just want to join. And there's no way you can stop me, so we're going. Yeah. And then I went to MEPS in San Antonio, did the SVAB, did okay. And they were like, yo, you being this age and getting this grade, you got like the golden job. You can try out for Special Forces. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but sure. I was like, I kind of just wanted to be, airborne infantry. It's kind of all I know what exists. I didn't even ask like what jobs were available or anything. I didn't even know other jobs were available. That's how little I knew about the military. And he was like, oh yeah. Even if you like, you're basically going to be airborne infantry, but like top tier, like above the Rangers. And I was like, I don't even know what Rangers are. And he's like, but if you fail, then you're just going to revert back to airborne infantry. And I was like, oh, say less, bet, let's do it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good safety net.
Yeah.
It also sounds like some recruiter bullshit.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So I did Fort Benning, October 2015. Did infantryman basic training and infantryman school in the same place. And then they sent me to airborne school also in Fort Benning. And then after that, they sent me to Fort Bragg in North Carolina to start like the Special Forces pipeline school thing. And at the beginning, you're in like a student company where they just smoke the ever living shit out of you. And that's really all you do. You're kind of just a holdover until you get a slot. And I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to do this. I just went up to the dude and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, and I had seen people drop out. So I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, all right, sure. And I had like started losing hope like way before that. And he was like, "You're the one who came in last in the ruck today, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, that was me." He's like, "All right, good. We'll be happy to get rid of you." And I was like, "You're a piece of shit, but okay."
Yeah, because that's exactly what you should tell somebody, especially in like a school pipeline. Is like, let's just beat you down further.
But it makes sense. Like, this is the kind of people they're looking for. Is not me.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's just that there is definitely a way to go about it. But anyways, go ahead. Can you-
Looking back on it now, that course should not be made available to people straight off the streets.
Yeah.
But
Do you think you should like be in the Army already in a specific field before it's even offered to you, or
before you can even apply to it?
Okay, gotcha.
Because even then, I wasn't meeting the minimum PT requirement, and they still sent me through.
Oh damn!
And I was like, this sucks. But yeah, so what was supposed to happen was you just become like a holdover until you get a slot to go somewhere in airborne infantry land. But right before I quit, they were getting these like memos saying like disregard everything, like the Army needs these MOSs, and it was like cooks, truck drivers, just fucking shitty jobs like that, parachute riggers. And they were like, so if you have dropouts or shit like that, send them our way. Like, it doesn't matter what their MOS is, we're gonna change it. And I was like, oh fuck. So then they had a list up. I went to go check, and I actually got one of the decent ones, which was small arms repair. So I lucked out. They sent me to Fort Lee, Virginia. I did my small arms school there. And then they sent me back to Fort Bragg, coincidentally. Well, because you're already airborne, you still have to do a 3-year commitment.
Okay.
So I was in an airborne unit fixing guns, which was fine. All things considered, it turned out fine, especially once I saw what the airborne infantry dudes got treated like. I was like, I'm getting paid the same. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And then after I did like 3 to 4 years there, I was gonna get out, but I was also looking at going to Carson in Colorado. And then I got a call from a dude in DC. He was like, "Yo, we need E5s to fix guns here. You know, there's no jumping, no parachuting, but you know, you're part of the old guard." And I was like, "I bet, say less. 3 years in DC, that'll be cool." And that was kind of when I realized, like halfway through that, I was like, Army's not for me. Like, it's not the Army. It's just me. Like, I gave it a second chance. This place is a lot more chill. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
So I got out like, I'm still getting out.
Yeah, you're still technically in.
Yeah,
right?
I'll get out April 2023. Nice. And that would have been my whole Army history.
So that's from 2015 all the way to 2023.
Yeah, I did about 7.5 years.
Yeah, it's not bad. That's pretty good. I mean, it's more than
7.5 years and 0 Article 15s.
Do I have any Article 15s? I don't have any.
Minimal negative countenance.
Yeah, I got a few of those. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that you had that kind of transition from, like, I thought you went in as small arms repair. I didn't know you went into something else.
Didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah. So I talked to a recruiter and was like, I was 17 at the time because I went in right after high school. So I talked to a recruiter and I was like, hey, I want to fucking join the Marines. I want to be a grunt. Put me in infantry, because I didn't know dick. Like, I knew infantry, supply, and recon guys. That was it. That was all I knew about. And my recruiter was like, no. He was like, because I took the ASVAB, or I had already taken it. My score was pretty high. And he was like, no, you're not fucking joining the infantry. I was like, what? Fuck, why not? I was like, what was your MOS? And he was like, I was infantry. I was like, exactly. So then there's nothing wrong with it. He's like, no, you're not joining the fucking infantry. So he convinced me to look into other jobs, to like Google them, and I did that. Then we went to go talk to my parents, And my dad avoided that because I kept being like, "Hey, when can the recruiter?" He's like, whenever I have time." Never had time. So eventually it was like I just showed up with the recruiter. Sat down, talked to him. My dad had all the typical questions. You know, what guarantees can you make and blah, 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 that fucking spiel. And the entire time I'm sitting there like, I don't give a fuck. Either you sign today or in 5 months, 6 months, whatever it is, I'm going to sign myself. So either way I'm going, it's just about how soon I'm going to go.
I mean, in his mind, he could have thought, like, if I prolong it 5 months.
Yeah, he'll change his mind. Probably. Yeah, that's possible. Well, my dad tried to bribe me because I didn't have a license at the time. I had only ever driven once, and that's when I was snuck out to drive you. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
That was the first and only time I had driven before that. So very surprised we didn't die.
I remember you had I don't know why I remember that so well. The drive, not at all, but I remember you like putting the car in neutral.
Pushing it onto the fucking street so it wouldn't make sound when we turned it on.
And it was still pretty loud when you turned it on.
Yeah, it was a piece of shit car. It didn't even have shocks. It bounced with every fucking...
Yeah.
You would accelerate and it started to bounce like a fucking lowrider.
I think you had like a cooler or something in the back seat, because I remember it sloshing around.
Probably. Probably just exposed gas tank is probably all it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so fucking told them, my dad was like, I'll get you a truck if you don't go.
A whole truck?
A whole truck to myself. And
but the recruiter told me I could get a Mustang.
Yeah, 23% APR.
Yeah.
The APR is only 23% APR. He was like, I'll get you a truck. I was like, no. I was like, I don't even have a license. He was like, we'll get you a license. I was like, no, I'm fine. So denied it. He signed, reluctantly signed. My mom signed. My mom was fucking devastated.
Yeah.
Crying all the fucking time. Then it came down to like that last week, and she was just fucking depressed. Like,
did they go with you, or where did you ship out of?
From San Antonio, but they went with me to the Laredo substation. That's where they drove me from.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, because I went and did the whole MEPS thing and all that stuff. That made it very real for my mom. For my dad, not so much. I think my dad probably thought I was going to bail on it. Like all the way up until the end. I don't know. I would have to ask him what he thought that entire time. He probably lied to me now. He'd probably just be like, I was proud the whole way through. Yeah.
My parents went all the way up to San Antonio MEPS.
To like watch you get in the bus or the flight, because you had to fly, right? I'm guessing.
Well, we loaded on the bus, and then from there it was just like take these orders. But that's where they last saw me.
Oh no, yeah, there was not that many of us, so we got into like a van, like a Govy van, took us to the airport, and
we took a van from Laredo to San Antonio.
Oh, I think we took. There was 3 of us. We took like a regular sedan. There was not that many of us leaving Laredo to the Marines at the same time, at least.
Actually, this brings back weird memory. They took us to San Antonio, and we stayed
a night there
at a hotel for a night that they provided for us.
Yeah, we did the same. We stayed there for a night. It was when I went through to ship off. The Olympics were going on, and I remember being down in the common area of that hotel watching synchronized diving.
I remember being in the common area, a bunch of dudes, they were getting ready to ship off too. I guess the hotel was like known for.
Yeah, it was like right next to the airport, so I think that's probably why.
I remember though there was a big commotion because they caught some girl with a dude like probably fucking in their room. And they explicitly told him like no alcohol, no shit like that.
Yeah, don't want them getting pregnant and then being in boot camp finding out that they're pregnant.
They had probably tested already if they were pregnant or not. Yeah, that's where my parents said bye the next day.
No, mine said bye from Laredo, man. At the substation, we were there. I have pictures of that fucking day, like that my sister sends me every couple years to be like, remember this?
Yeah, I think Rita went with us too, though.
Oh, nice.
I think they probably have some photos somewhere. It's kind of.
Yeah, I looked
Whatever.
like dog shit.
Yeah.
I had a fucking green PT shirt on.
Did you already have a haircut?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just bald all the time anyways, so.
We only had like one dude who had like already cut his hair.
Yeah.
It was weird.
No, there was like, I would say maybe there was like 3 or 4 of us that already had short hair. But yeah, fucking got to MEPS, did the hotel thing for the night, jumped in the bus, because this time they took us in a bus because it was everybody, Army guys, Air Force people, Marines. Took us all to the airport. Got to the airport, we all went to our respective terminals. Arrived in San Diego, went to the USO, signed in, and then a Marine drill instructor walks in and is fucking all the fucking blah, 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 line up, get in the bus, and we're just sitting there and like, oh man, what a fucking. We have no bags because they explicitly told us the only thing you're gonna bring with you is a toothbrush, if that, because you will get one issued to you the day you arrive anyways. The only reason you need your toothbrush is for like the day that you're at the hotel. But they were like, you're just showing up with whatever the fuck you have on. And so nobody had a bag. Just in this fucking bus waiting. Drill instructor walks in, starts fucking blasting everybody. Put your fucking heads down. Heads between our legs, and then.
But is this like a boot camp instructor?
Mm-hmm.
So you just went like straight into it. Like, where do you in process?
So there at San Diego in
It's part of your boot camp.
yeah, it's part of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ours
It's like
is-
1 week.
Ours is different.
Yeah, it's like a week of in process that's where we do our drug test. It's where the first day you show up, you do the yellow footprints. They line you up. You do your phone call.
Those phone calls, are they as bad as they make them out to be?
Yeah, man. It's fucking.
What did
There's
you
like
call?
5 or 6 of them. I called my mom.
Did she understand a single word you said?
I remember asking that, and they were like, "No." They're like, we caught bits and pieces, but there was just so much noise.
But they knew it was you calling
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah, they
at
knew what it
least.
was. Yeah, they knew what it was because they were waiting. Because I had my recruiter had told them, and I told them like, "Hey, I'm gonna arrive there on this day. I don't know what I'm gonna call.
Yeah.
It could be 1, 2, 4 in the morning, but I need you to answer the phone because I'm not gonna be able to call you back until the end of boot camp."
Do they actually tell you to call your recruiter if nobody answers?
I don't know. I think so. If I remember, yeah, I think so. I think they're
Because
like,
I thought it was like a joke, like, call your recruiter kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it's like the recruiter could just relay the message. Like, he got there safe.
yeah,
They're getting ready.
yeah. But no, it was if nobody picked up, you went to the back of the line.
You tried again? Or
No, they picked up the first time, but I saw people that were ahead of me that their parents or whoever the fuck they were calling didn't answer, and then they had to go to the back of the line and just continue to get yelled at. But yeah, it looks like a bunch of like prison payphones, and then you pick it up, and then when you pick up the receiver, there's like a little script right on the fucking right there, or on the sides of the panels as well, and you're just fucking reading the script, and this is recruit so and so from blah 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 blah.
I was like,
Calling,
I was
blah.
worried that if they made me say something like that, like they're not even going to understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, can I say it in Spanish or something? But I just called Rita instead.
Oh, nice.
And it was a lot more relaxed. It was like, all right, everybody pull out your cell phones before we take them away forever. Call whoever you have 5 minutes.
I don't remember if I know we turned in our cell phones after that, but I don't remember if they let us pull them out to view. I don't remember because I had the number memorized already because I didn't have a cell phone, so I just had to have numbers memorized anyways. But yeah, after that we go into a room. It's a bunch of fucking like desk cubbies almost, and they're like empty all your pockets, dump everything out, and then they go through and they inspect. They look for contraband. Just anything that's not allowed, and then they gave us a little green, and I still have that little fucking piece of shit green bag somewhere. And they're put all your personal belongings in there. If it doesn't fit, it's getting fucking trashed. So phone, wallet, fucking Walgreens receipt, like just stuffed everything in there, and then fucking tied it up, or pull the thing, and then you carry that around with you, little personal bag. Then we go into like a big. It looked like it was supposed to be a cafeteria, but there was no tables or chairs. It was just a big open space. And the reason I say it looks like a cafeteria because they had that like do you remember like they would have like a drop down kind of like metal door? They would open it and there was like the food line and stuff. It looked just like that. They put us on this room and then just you walk by, grab your clothes. And it's like all the males. We're all males. There's no females in the depot. Recruits. It was like, all right, get naked, fucking put your clothes on. So everyone just fucking. So I always like to joke and be like, yeah, my first day in the military, I saw like over 100 dicks. Easy, and I know it was easy because in my platoon alone there was 83 people.
So that was your platoon, like the people you were doing boot camp with already.
No, there was. Oh, it was like everybody mixed together.
But
my platoon was definitely in that same room, but it was just all the other platoons were also in that room, and then from there we split off into squad bays. They line everybody up outside. You have your 2 sea bags full of fucking shit, canteens and fucking canteen containers.
Yeah, like
all the basic stuff that they issue you. You line up outside. It was cold as fuck, and then they start calling out names. And then as they call your name, you fucking run and go line up, and then you go to your squad bay. And that's day 1. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of receiving the drug test, the quick catch up of like this is how the fuck it's gonna go. You know, you can quit at any time. That type of bullshit. Then Black Friday hits. Your actual drill instructors show up. And I had 5. So we had 5 because we were 80 plus people. Show up. They fucking walk you in. You dump all your shit. They throw all your shit in the middle. Mix. So now all your stuff is mixed with everybody's stuff. They count you down from like 100, but it's like really 20 seconds. You got to go grab all your shit. And they thrash the fuck out of you that first day. Like that first official day on Friday. They thrash the fuck out of you. And now you're sitting there like, dude, I got some fucking fat fucks underwear. Like, I got the fucking XXL tighty whities that I have to wear now.
Yeah.
Until we get some fucking downtime or sneak time to be like, hey, who's you? I know these are yours, you fucking big fuck. Like, but yeah, that's how our boot camp went. And
well, so I just keep cutting you off.
No, that's
it's
fine.
Just you're going more in detail than I did. So I just want to
I have that bad habit.
Well, no, I want to bring up how my part went because it was we don't do that whole first week in boot camp in basic training. We do it before that. Like we're in Fort Benning already, but they have a reception company battalion. It's just for that paperwork issues or general issue stuff, haircut, ID cards, immunizations, all that stuff gets done before you get to your drill sergeant.
Yeah. Well, haircuts was day 1, like the day we arrived. I forgot about that part. But yeah, we did that. Yellow footprints.
And it could have been anywhere from like a week to 3 weeks. It felt like forever because there's a lot of downtime and you're just sitting at a desk. And they're just like, yeah, Price, if you got any questions, just ask them. We're just going to be sitting here until it's your turn to do whatever.
Did you ever have like a breaking moment in boot camp?
What do you mean?
Like I want to quit. Like I want to quit moment, yeah.
It was pretty hard when we came back because they made us go on holiday block leave. My boot camp went through Christmas.
Nice.
So we were gone for like 18 days. And when we came back, that was tough. I was like,
you're missing home. Yeah. You get like homesick and shit.
This was not a good idea.
That's got to be on purpose.
We could have been halfway or fucking done by now if we just didn't do this.
Yeah. I had my I want to quit moment during one of our second ruck, which was, I think it was like, what do we do? 5K, 8K, 10K? Something like that. It's during the 8K. I had gotten in trouble. For taking an extra Cliff Bar. Some fucking dude in Bledsoe. I fucking hope he sees it. Fucking ratted me out. And so then we happen to have that next hike coming up, and we're doing it, and the whole hike, we're in Camp Pendleton at this point. the entirety of that hike, I'm running from the front of my platoon to the back and forth. So as we're doing the whole hike, I'm fucking doing that. So, and it's 80 plus fucking people. So it's a big fucking formation. And I'm running back and forth with our fucking 85 pound fucking pack and a rifle, full fucking gear, back and forth. And I thought I was like hardcore. Because I was like, this is fucking, fuck you. Like, I got this. Fucking back and forth. And then somewhere halfway, I start to fall back. Like, I'm now entering a different platoon because I just can't fucking muster the like strength to fucking run. And then one of my drill instructors comes up and is like, get the fuck up there. And I whispered. Like, I didn't whisper like, but it was a whisper like I just didn't say anything loudly. I was just like, yes, sir. I had no fucking voice. And he was like, go fucking touch the front of the platoon, touch the guidon, and tell me if you find some volume. Fucking run up. And I'm angry that he said that. I run up, touch the guidon, and as I'm running back, he's like, did you find volume? And my smart ass was like, no. No, sir. This recruit did not find any volume. And he was like, all right, well, fucking go touch it again. So I was doing that. Did that the whole hike. At some point, I was slouched over. Like, my face was to my fucking knees. I was dragging my fucking feet. I was like 2 platoons behind. And the drill instructors were like, dude, get the fuck over there. And so I start to kind of run. Everything is hurting. We're getting close to the end of the hike. And I fucking sprint my ass off past these 2 platoons. However the fuck I did it. I'm drenched completely, head to fucking toe. So I've never sweat so much in my fucking life. And the drill instructor was like, get the fuck up there, blah, fucking do it. And I said the words to him. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I quit. And his demeanor changed. Like, he turned into a human.
Yeah.
And his voice came down. He wasn't yelling. He was fucking walking right next to me. And he was like, Mar, you don't quit. You got it. It's like, just fucking one foot in front of the other. Pick your head up. You got it. And for whatever reason, that did it for me. That kind of like him being human with me. I was like, yeah, I guess I do got it. I guess I'm not a total piece of shit. And I ran up, touched the guidon thinking, oh, you had that human moment with me. I touched the guidon. It's over. I can fall back in and just hobble the rest of the hike. It wasn't. They kept making me do it for the rest of the, and the whole hike was like hills. So on top of that, it was like going up and down hills. Get back to the squad bay. My platoon is like, at least from my memory, like my platoon was looking at me like, dude, what the fuck? Covered in fucking sweat, dropped my fucking pack. Like, I'm fucking beat red and I'm out of fucking water. Somebody comes up, gives me their canteen. I drink some fucking water. And the drill instructor walks in and goes, Mark, go to the sand pit. And sand pit's where we get IT'd. I don't know if you guys, is it IT'd for the Army?
We just call everything PT.
PT, all right. Yeah. So he's like, go to the sand pit. And it's literally just a sandbox. And I was just standing there like, you gotta fucking kidding me. What the fuck did I do? And my platoon was also confused. They're like, that wasn't the punishment? Like, that fucking, it seems excessive at this point. And so I walk out to the sand pit. And I'm doing burpees. And the drill instructor's kicking fucking sand in my face. And I'm absolutely miserable thinking this is fucking bullshit. And then I see the guide walk out of the squad bay and join me. And this was like the movie moment where like everybody starts to fucking join in.
Yeah.
And the drill instructor's losing his fucking mind. It's like, I didn't fucking tell everybody to come out here. Who the fuck sent you out here? And I'm like, these recruits are a team. These recruits are a platoon, blah, blah, blah. And so now we've got a bunch of people out there getting PT'd, which didn't last long. Sent everybody back inside because it was like a, well, fuck moment. And so that was my I quit moment. That whole hike was like leading up to that little, I can't do this Marine thing.
Yeah.
Brought back to life by my fucking drill instructor having a human moment. And then the platoon being like, nah, this is fucking bullshit. So.
I had a moment like that, not as intense, obviously, but Um, we had some hike somewhere, so they brought a like pre-cooked breakfast, and they set it up, and then we serve it to our platoon. And I was one of the dudes that was like put on that detail to serve. So we kind of just put our rifles behind us in the serving tables, and we're serving food, whatever. We're done. Our rifles are missing. And I'm like, oh, you fucking kidding me, bro? And when there's a dude designated for this, just watching rifles. There's 2 people serving, or however many people serving, and then 1 dude watching the rifles. His only job. He had his rifle, but me and another guy got in trouble because our rifles went missing, and we're doing this whole hike, similar to what you said, but we probably less hills. We probably didn't go as fast. He kept saying like we're running back and forth, and he's like, "Hey, probably go ask this drill sergeant if he's seen your rifle."
Oh God.
There we go. Okay. Drill sergeant, have you seen my rifle? And he's like, "Who the fuck are you? Get the fuck away from me." I was like, is that a yes? I was like, please just be fucking with me and tell me you haven't. They didn't have it. We did that the whole way. It was probably only like, how long was yours?
8K, however fucking long that is.
Ours was probably like fucking 2 miles, because we went to go do the rappel course. I remember that. So it wasn't far. And we were just doing that the whole time. And then when we got there, we got into a little formation with our platoon, and the drill sergeant was like, "We have everything we need to kick you out right now. Like, you can't do this shit in real life, whatever." He gave his speech about how we're a piece of shit and they can kick us out. And I was like, this is it. Like, I'm gonna have to call my parents and tell them that I'm not cut out for it. And he's like, "But I'm gonna let your platoon decide." And this was still pretty on in the cycle, so like we didn't really know each other.
Yeah, there was no camaraderie yet, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So he was like, I want everybody to look down and close your eyes, and then only if you truly believe that these 2 should stay and we should give them another chance, raise your hand. Nobody else can look, and we're just looking at him, and everybody raises their hand, and we're just like, "Oh fuck yes, I fucking love you guys." And he's like, "All right, everybody open your eyes and look around." And he's like, this is what team is about, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Having a human moment. And he's like, he calls out some dude's name in the platoon. He's like, "Give him back the rifles." And I was like, "You son of a bitch, you had the rifles,
motherfucker."
I was like, how did I not realize this? I probably wouldn't have said anything anyways, yeah. But
I wonder if that's, and we need to get more service members into the podcast, because I wonder if that's like a common thing, that like big humanizing, like we're a big team moment, right? Because for me it was the sandpit. For you it's like fucking like being on Survivor, right, where they got to vote you off the island or keep you on the island.
Yeah, like what would have happened if nobody raised their hands?
It's like, well, we're giving them another chance anyways. Yeah. Probably, because I don't think that's actual cause.
You probably would have smoked them like, "Y'all pieces of shit. Like, if this was you."
Yeah, how would you yeah. I think that's awesome. That's incredible. I was just remembering right now, because you went through boot camp. Yeah, and you guys call it basic training, right? Not boot camp?
Yeah, BCT.
So you went through BCT during the holidays, so you got to go home for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through MCT during Thanksgiving, and we did not get to go home, but we did. We got adopted for the day.
What?
Yeah, we got adopted for the day. It was a Marine adoption program, MAP or whatever the fuck it was called. I don't know. It's probably got a different name now. This was 9 fucking years ago, but almost 10 years ago now. But yeah, it was, you had to partner up, and I didn't want to do it. So while I was in MCT, I was depressed as fuck. So my mom had just passed away, and I'm going through MCT. And so I was not fucking with anything that was going on there. I was like, I was not invested. I was internal to myself. So they were like, Thanksgiving. And for me, I was like, this is the first Thanksgiving where like my mom's not around, so I don't really want to fucking celebrate it. And so they're like, everyone has to partner up. Then we're going to line you up outside. I'll car is going to pull up and you're going to do the opposite of what you've been told your whole life. You're going to go with a stranger in their car and they're going to take you home and they're going to feed you.
Did they have families, or was it just like?
It was different for everybody. Everybody had a different experience.
Who are these people? They like volunteer for this program?
Yeah, they're just like random families that are big military supporters, and they fucking volunteer their home to feed a couple young bucks. But yeah, I remember they were like, everybody has to have a pair, and I didn't want to do it, and so they were like, "Mar, you're not doing it." I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do it." And I explained to the combat instructor why, and he was like, "All right, I get it." But when it came down to the day, the night before, there was one guy. He still didn't have it's called a battle buddy. He still didn't have a battle buddy, and I have him on Facebook, Diego. And so the command instructor was like, "Look, here's what's gonna happen. He doesn't have a battle buddy. He wants to do this. He doesn't have one. He can't do it. He has to stay here in the barracks with you, or in the squad bay with you. And because you two are here, we can't leave you alone. One of the combat instructors, or two of them, have to miss time with their family because they got to be here with you two." And so I was kind of guilted into doing it. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to be that selfish where I take this away from 2 or 3 other Marines just because I don't want to be uncomfortable for a little bit. And so I said, fuck it, I'll do it. We got into our service Charlies, so green pants, khaki shirt, and then waited out there. Fucking car pulls up and fucking Diego Margo, fucking go jump in this car, and then this family's like, "Oh hi, blah blah, fucking, we're so excited and happy Thanksgiving, guys," and we're like, "Oh, thank you, ma'am, thank you, sir."
Like sitting at attention.
Yeah, basically, we're sitting like this the whole fucking car
They're
ride.
probably like, "Bro, chill."
Yeah, and then so we get to their home, and everyone had a different experience, and we all kind of talked about it when we got back.
You fucked their daughter.
No, some guys did.
Oh,
some guys definitely did, and that was kind of what the conversation was when we got back to the squad bay. But Diego and I know we fucking, they lived in Rainbow, California.
You fucked the mom.
No.
Dad.
No. They were super chill. They were very, very chill. It was like the mom, dad, and a son. Could have been a daughter. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was a son. And we're there. We're just telling them about all we know, which is just boot camp. And they're telling us about their life and how many Marines they brought into their home. And there was like, you guys are our, 59th and 60th Marine that we bring into our home doing this, adoption program thing. And we were like, oh, that's fucking cool. We ate a shit ton, knocked the fuck out on the couch. Both of us fell asleep we did not hang out with them. We just slept. So ate and slept. We were fucking tired.
I feel like that happens a lot though.
Yeah. And then when we get back to the squad bay, everyone's got these big, well, not everyone, but a lot of guys got these big kind of like cool stories. Like, yeah, man, we hung out. The dad was trying to get me to marry his daughter and all this shit. And fucking daughter, blah, blah, blah.
We went turkey hunting.
Yeah. Like everyone had like these really grandiose stories of like their little adventure for the day. And I was like, this is not at all what we did. We ate and slept.
We slept for 13 hours straight.
Yeah. Like we slept on the couch. We were just fucking next to each other. like a fucking, like a couple of homeless fucking dudes.
That must have been the best in the long run, though.
Oh, yeah, dude. We were so rested the next day. We were so ready for the day. Constipated like a motherfucker. Because it was like you go from all this fucking military food, which is not Marine, like the Marine food, which is not the best, and MREs, to real people food. It's you're either going to get constipated or you're going to get diarrhea. Because your body's like, whoa, what's this actual nutrition that you're putting in me? But yeah, dude, it was fucking. It was. I look back on it, and I'm like, I'm very glad I did it, because it's a funny experience.
I mean, you probably would have had something cool going on
In the squad bay, probably not.
You don't think so?
No, I think if everyone partnered up, and I said I'm not doing it, and there was no other guilt trip to put on me other than like, hey, one of the instructors is not going to be able to go see his family, I wouldn't have given a shit. Because in my mind, I was like, they're just going to put the single guy to fucking watch me. But if it's me, another guy, and 2 instructors, that's kind of fucked. So if I was able to just be in the squad by myself with another instructor, there wouldn't have been anything nice going on. He would have been like, let's go to the fucking chow hall, asshole. Like, that's probably it. Like, there was no...
I don't know. He might have been a human.
Yeah.
Nobody else around.
Yeah.
But we did have one drill sergeant who was like, got reported for hazing, and they just like moved him companies, and then we got a new one.
And that
pretty
was
soon
in your schoolhouse?
No, that was in basic.
Oh, yeah. They didn't give a fuck about hazing. The only way they gave a fuck about hazing for ours is if a recruit complained and if he had other recruits back him up.
Oh, we
nobody
actually,
ever did.
We actually did have one complain in our AIT, because although we had most privileges, we still couldn't have alcohol in rooms, and for some reason we couldn't have any supplements in our rooms, so no protein powders or stuff like that. And then when they did room inspections, they found some dude's big jar of protein powder, and one of the platoon sergeants threw a bunch of soap in there and then shook it around. And he just left it.
He didn't tell the guy?
No.
Oh, bro, he's trying to kill that guy.
Yeah, that was the thing.
That, sir, is attempted murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, man.
Like, it was obvious once he opened it, but it was like, had he just not looked in there or something?
What if he prepared his shit in the dark? Early in the morning.
Yeah.
4 a.m, couple scoops in.
Yeah, they
There's so many ways that could have gone wrong.
They moved him. Like, he went somewhere else.
Yeah, for us, it was like the only time that there's ever a change for a little bit in Marine boot camp is when it makes the news. Like the fucking...
That's big, though.
Yeah, like the fucking recruit that like jumped off the 4th floor and like killed himself.
Yeah.
There was like another recruit. I don't even remember if he died or what, but they shoved him in like the drill instructor shoved him into a dryer and turned it on. Yeah,
He'll be all right. We put it on low heat.
Like when I heard it, I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking fun. I wish that would have happened when I was there.
How do you fit him?
It must have been a little guy. But like I got hands put on me by a drill instructor. Other people got hands put on them by a drill instructor. Like my drill instructor choked me. He like fucking came down and fucking grabbed me by the neck and was like and I was like, oh, fuck. And then, but he was nice to me afterwards for like half a day.
Yeah, like, please don't report this.
Yeah, he was like, hey, are you okay?
It was just a joke, you know.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't talk to me like a friend or anything, but it was just like you can tell the demeanor changed. It was a little bit softer for like a half a day.
And be like, I don't know, drill sergeant. Like,
they choked one guy.
My neck kind of hurts.
Yeah. Ooh, get like when you get rear-ended. Oh.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to go to the
neck.
medic for this one.
There was a guy, they choked him out in his rack in the middle of the night.
While he was asleep.
While he was asleep, dude. I remember this dude's name, Frost. And Frost was a fucking piece of shit troublemaker anyways. Funny as fuck. That dude made me laugh all the time. But I'm awake, and I'm on the top bunk, and I hear like some rustling. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I roll over, and I look. And there's this fucking drill instructor on the bottom bunk of this fucking dude just over this guy. just fucking choking. You just see little arms just fucking flailing around. And he's just fucking, and I'm like, fuck this, I'm witnessing a murder. And I look over, and like all the other top bunks, like everyone's awake in the same position that I'm like, I don't want them to know I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Just fucking watching, and I look down, and there's like the guy down there is fucking also watching. And the night guard is just like looking the other way entirely. Dude, it was fucking, and then he like stops choking him, and then you can see where he's like in his face, and he's like, and he fucking gets off of him and then like walks away. And he just rolls over, and you just hear slight tears. Like I'm pretty sure he thought he was gonna get murdered. Because I would have thought the same. If I wake up to a grown man choking me hard as fuck and I can't scream, I'm like, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
I don't know why he was flailing his arms. I would have tried to. He had way more restraint than I would have in that situation, because I would have been like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I thought it was a dream, a very erotic one.
Yeah, in his mind, he's just like harder.
He was probably hard as shit. Didn't even realize it. Man,
Frost was a fucking weirdo, man. That dude had his balls out every night.
Dude was probably bricked up. All right, one last story that I got just because you said the Thanksgiving thing.
Yeah.
Our Thanksgiving in basic training was it's kind of like you want to feel bad for it kind of thing, because they had the DFAC prepare all this like really good food Thanksgiving feast for us, but us being like traumatized by these drill sergeants were like, that's the thing, we're not gonna touch that stuff.
Yeah,
It's
this
just
is a
gonna
trick.
fuck us up.
Yeah.
And the whole time they're like, Brides, please eat this fucking food. Like, they made it for you. It's Thanksgiving. Like, eat it. I promise we're not going to smoke you. And we're like, we're not falling for that one anymore. We've done that too many times.
Yeah.
And so much food got wasted, bro. Like, a fuck ton
That's
of
that trauma, dude.
good food. And we were just like, we got you now, Drill Sergeant.
Yeah, that's that fucking trauma of like.
And we always had this little formation after our platoon was done eating. And he was like, guys, like, I'm sorry. Like, we really weren't going to smoke you guys. We really wanted you guys to eat. Oh, well, I guess.
Yeah.
You
Now
know?
we're gonna smoke you for wasting food. Like,
Yeah.
All right, man. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think we have enough.
I think we got enough. Yeah.
I think we have too much.
Too much. Yeah, it's gonna be. Nah. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. All right. Well, let's close it out. I guess let's fucking. We didn't even think of an outro.
That's true.
All right. Well, bye.